Can you get jacked just like Thor with Chris Hemsworth training app for only $10 a month? Well, Chris and his team certainly want you to think that you can. As we see build muscle like Chris Hemsworth all over their promotional material with videos and photos of Chris just looking jacked out of his mind. So I've been a full-time personal trainer and online coach for the past 5 years, so I know the type of guidance and programming that people need to actually see results and build muscle. So in this video, I'll be breaking down every part of the Centr app: the onboarding, the workouts, the meal plans, the fitness advice. I'll also be sharing a huge problem that I have with how the app is being promoted, all to find out if you can actually build muscle like Chris Hemsworth for only $10 a month. All right, let's get this thing going. So to sign up, you put in your personal information and then you choose your goal: lose weight, build muscle, or get fit and toned. I'm not really sure what that last one means, but it says eat and train for optimal health. All right, well, I'm here to get yoked like my boy Chris, so I think the answer here is easy. But now that they've got me hooked with the promise of sweet gains, it's time for me to put my credit card where my mouth is. I'm of course going to do a year at $10 a month because a body like that isn't built overnight. Next, they ask you for your current fitness level, which is determined by how many days a week you train. So I'm going to choose advanced, and then next they ask us what type of meal plan we want to follow. This is where things start getting a little dicey to me. The only question that we're asked for the nutrition component of the onboarding is if we want a regular, pescatarian, vegetarian, or vegan meal plan. There's no questions about your body weight, height, age, or daily activity level. So this means that whatever meal plan we end up with is not going to be personalized. It's not going to show us the right amount of daily macronutrients or calories that we need to reach our goal. So this isn't necessarily a problem depending on how they execute the meal plan portion of the program. So for now, let's just move forward. The last two questions are on sex and what kind of measurement system we want to use, and then bam, we're in. So for each day, we have the workout of the day, our 3 meals, and then a little bit of wisdom and advice from Chris's team straight to you. I gotta say, the layout is beautiful and the UI is really smooth, but let's see if there's actually any substance under all this beauty. Starting with the meals. So the meals are broken down into breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and all the options honestly look delicious. I mean, protein, blueberry, and almond muffins for breakfast, a tuna melt for lunch, and honey mustard glazed roast chicken with broccolini for dinner. Goddamn, we are eating good on this program. But the problem is what they're providing here for the quote-unquote meal plan isn't actually a meal plan at all because it lacks personalization, meaning it gives you no idea on how much of each item you should be eating or not eating to reach your goal. So really, it's just a collection of high protein recipes, which could easily be found online for free. And maybe this is just me, but all this stuff looks way too time consuming to actually make. There is no way in hell my lazy ass is getting up in the morning an hour early to bake a fresh batch of blueberry muffins before work. No, I'm gonna stick with scrambling up 8 eggs with spinach, putting on a little hot sauce, and getting on with my day. So to wrap up the nutrition part of the app, I would say that these meals are a little too extra for the average person to have time to make them every single day, and the program lacks personalization, making the quote-unquote meal plan next to useless, seen as they're pretty much just Googling high protein meals for you. If you guys are liking the review and want to see more like it, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment program review down below so I know to make more. Okay, now let's move on to the exciting stuff, the workouts. And first, we'll talk about what I like. The overall feel of the UI is very high quality, as are the demonstration videos that they have for each exercise. Everything has a very high production value feel. It's also nice that they provide ideas for modifications on some of the exercises. Now for a slightly longer list on what I don't like. There is a real lack of instruction and guidance in these workouts. Typically in a good high quality training program, you'll have instructions for each exercise on things like the desired tempo / speed of the movement, the intended intensity, usually measured in a rating of perceived exertion, and then some technical cues on what you want to focus on while you're doing the movement. And those are all things that are fully missing in the Centr app workouts. In addition, the sets and reps and the way that they superset exercises seems very strange for a bodybuilding program. Like in this program, they'll have you doing a heavy set of 5 front squats, supersetted with a 30-second elbow plank. Or in this chest workout, they'll have you doing 3 rounds, each with 4 sets of 8 reps of dumbbell press at different angles to quote, keep your pecs guessing. They seem to be valuing flair and uniqueness over actual tried and true bodybuilding methods when it comes to these workouts. Maybe to try and give the impression that these aren't the type of workouts you can find just anywhere, when in reality, they're pretty generic and again, could be found pretty easily online for free. And last but not least, these workouts do a suboptimal job of applying progressive overload, aka making each workout harder than the last. In each 4-week block, the workouts are just copy and pasted, and you're told to do a little extra weight each time, which is a very lazy way of applying progressive overload, and it will only work for so long. But that's enough about the workouts for now. Let's now talk quickly about the tools and advice part of the program before getting on to my biggest problem with the Centr app. So at the bottom of each day, they provide you with some helpful tips and articles on everything from mindfulness and mental health to how to get more out of your bodybuilding training. These tips are actually pretty nice and well thought out. I especially like the focus on mental health that they bring. My only complaint is that they're a little too general and unfocused. For example, on 2 of the days in my first week, I got advice about meditation and and mindfulness for kids, which would be amazing if I had kids, but I do not, so it seems just kind of random. It would be great if maybe they had a short quiz at the beginning so that they could personalize the advice that you get just a little bit more. It would give it more of a tailored feel, because right now it just feels random. It just feels slapped together. Okay, so the last thing we need to talk about is the super problematic way this app is being promoted. So obviously the thing that makes this app noteworthy is its connection to Marvel star and fitness icon Chris Hemsworth. Probably 95% of the people who use this app is because of Chris. And like I said before, in a lot of the promotional material for the app, they highlight how you can build muscle like Chris Hemsworth by learning from his team and using the same workout programs and meal plans that he did to get yoked. But at its core, this is incredibly dishonest and misleading because Chris Hemsworth's physique wouldn't be nearly as awe-inspiring as it is without his use of performance-enhancing drugs, i.e. steroids. Of course, this is never talked about in any of the blog posts or articles on Centr. Instead, Chris's incredible results are always attributed to things like getting plenty of sleep, a solid diet, and good old-fashioned hard work. So to sum things up, the Centr training app is really more of a collection of disjointed parts rather than a cohesive, easy to follow training plan. If building muscle is your goal, there's a ton of amazing information on YouTube, all for free. Or if you want something a little bit more structured, you could look at purchasing a more well put together bodybuilding training plan sold by a reputable coach, either in person or online. Now, if you want to learn more about how Chris himself built his physique for Thor 4 and get a program for free that I designed based off of his training, check out this video here, and I'll see you there.